Greetings and welcome to the Chicken Man. So winter has been upon us for a little while. It's actually been a little while since I've posted. But in a number of the groups I'm in, the various forums on Facebook and Reddit, heating your chickens in the winter is a pretty hot topic of conversation. There are those who believe that heat is essential, and there are those that believe that it is not. Ultimately, the question comes down to, are your chickens cold hardy? And if so, just how cold hardy? What are the what are the coldnesses that you're going to expect in your particular region? And then just make an informed decision about whether you need heat for your chickens or not. All of my birds are cold hardy. Not all birds are cold hardy, though. There are birds like a Japanese bantam that is most certainly not. And if it was subjected to the weather that these girls are, it's possible that it may suffer some sort of frostbite or perhaps worse. What you do want to be certain of is that where your chickens roost isn't drafty, where it's going to pull cold air into the bottom of something and send it up through to their feet where they're roosting. That can be detrimental. In my particular coop, for example, you can see that while I have ventilation across the top of the coop to make sure things are nice and breezy, there's nothing coming from the ground up where the girls roost on that bar. It's all the ventilation is going, and I have some windows for summertime. I would say beyond heating, if your birds are cold hardy, but you do go through these winter months of coldness, you'll want to make sure that you have a good solution in place for when it gets cold to keep their water running. And I've done a poor job of that myself. You can see you can see their stuff, and I have like a heating wire going along that. And then in the big reservoir, the rain bucket, I have one of those heating elements to keep that defrosted. Now, I planned poorly, and this is where my heating strip ends. So that's nice and toasty, but here is not. So this is almost certainly being frozen, and here's the heating element. You can see that kind of going down in there. It's frozen, so they do not have flow at those droppers. So now every day, until I get a better solution in place, which I have the stuff for, I just need to implement it. It's just been so darn cold. So now every day I bring out their bucket of water. And then at night I'll take it in the house so that any ice that is formed can thaw out. And then in the morning they can drink. And it stays unfrozen even through we're at 19 degrees right now. But it's been 0 degrees, and a day is enough time for them to use this water reliably without it freezing out. So that's been working out. Other than that, yeah, just like any other pet that you have, your chickens, you need to look into them if you're not certain whether they're cold hardy, and then act accordingly. There isn't a completely right or wrong answer when it comes to chickens. And perhaps your birds are cold hardy, but hey, they're not going to deny any heat, obviously. Just like you and I, if you're cold and, you could benefit from a little heat to just increase your comfort factor, then they're going to dig that. It just comes down to, is it necessary? Maybe you just want to extend that for your birds. You don't really care about the added electricity cost from generating that heat. Or maybe you've got a solar panel or some other renewable energy source that makes it not a big deal other than the cost of the items you want to implement. But that's it. Obviously, different birds are going to behave differently. My golden comets, these girls that aren't exactly the most exotic looking birds among the group, However, those are the workhorses through the winter. These girls are still laying reliably a single egg every day for each of them. Everybody else, you know, the speckled Sussex, the Wyandottes, the Easter eggers, they're on strike until weather warms up a bit before they lay again. So if you've gotten into the chicken game, you probably already know that. A lot of people say that they will stop laying in the winter, but that is something else that is breed and environment dependent. So keep that in mind. All right, folks, if you enjoy this content and any of this information has been helpful to you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. More to come. Thank you.